Hello everyone. Today I'm going to add the search configuration to my block implementation project. You might be knowing that I was showing the players from FIFA uh, in my part 1 and part 2, and I told that I will be adding some extra filters so that those filters will be passed into the services and we will get the response accordingly. Now the video that I created was some months ago, so the block library that we were using is having this version, but now it's updated to a lot more latest version, so I am changing it, and there are a lot many errors while doing it. So I will first of all clear those errors, and then we will start with the search configuration. So it will not take much time. I want to also help you in migrating in this. So these are my errors right now. So basically, what easy way we can do is we can just comment it out and see what is the new way of implementing transform. So we can now compare here that yes, before that we should also change our Dart SDK to 2.2.2, okay, or maybe 3 directly. Yes, let me run it. Okay, so now we are coming back to our player listing block, and if you are wondering what is the theme, I mean which IDE I'm using IntelliJ, and this is just a material theme or GitHub theme plugin which I have added. So okay, yes. So I commented this out, and we have a new implementation of transform. What are the differences between these two? Earlier transform used to take only events. Now it takes events plus state. Okay, not a function it takes, which actually takes a event as an input and returns a state. Okay, so now it has two parameters basically. What we need to do is we just need to copy this complete till here and replace events with this thing, and it should work properly. Two required arguments. Okay, fine. Wait. Yes. Okay. Right. 1 second. Okay. So this is not required, I guess. Let me just check event.transform events as this. What is it saying? Two required arguments, but one found. Okay, so it is not considering it. Maybe now, yes, and yes. Before one more thing, now this transform does not work, so we have a debounce time directly. We don't need this debound stream transformer, and we can directly give only the duration. So this is how it works. Okay, now this error is gone. Now we have one more error in our map event to state. So we will do a similar type of thing, and we will just comment it out. Let's see what is the new implementation of map event to state. So now it takes only event. Earlier it used to take current state as well as event. Okay, so let's since we are not using current state anywhere in this method, so there will be no errors if we directly copy from here to here. Okay, so this should not fire any error because we are not using current state anywhere. Now let's try to run it, and let's see. There will be one more error coming. I want to show you what is that. That's why I'm running it. So it says no named parameter with name block. So we will go to this file home page, and it says that block is not defined now. So let's see what is defined. Okay, builder is defined. One more thing, if you take mouse over it, it says builder is required. So I believe block is not the right way now. So right way is to use builder, and it will take a context and it will return my block. Right, so now it's a builder pattern that is being used in Flutter block package. So let's see if it runs now and figure out if any other major errors are there. Okay, I believe it is running now. Okay, let's see. I will just bring it to your knowledge that we have updated pubspec.yaml with latest Dart version. Plus, we have also updated Flutter block. Okay, let me just also update my HTTP package also, so that this repository is updated at least. And we have 0.12. Okay, just nothing. Only this thing is added. So okay, fine. Let me just. So this was my app earlier. Okay, when we used to type name, it used to give me some names. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Let me just check if debounce is working properly. So I am making it 500 now and running the app again. So if I now do this, okay, see, service hits just as and when it's um, changed. Service hits. Okay, so okay, so I'm running the app again. I wanted to check whether this publish subject is working properly or not. So I'm increasing the milliseconds to 1000 so that we can see whether the events that are being inserted into the stream are getting blocked for at least 1000 milliseconds, and then the map event to state is called. Okay, so I'm just running it again. Okay, fine. So Now when I go to this, if I type suppose Ronald. Okay, so it waited for 1 second and then it started hitting the service. So now it works perfectly fine, right? So now we will start the search configuration. So my sorry. So my plan is to add a floating action button here, and when clicking on this, I will be navigating to a screen where we will be showing options to select from whichever position you want to show here, and also um, the leagues which you want to show, and also the nations from which you want to show the players. Okay, so we will go to the player listing, and no, this is not the thing. We will go to home page, and we have a scaffold here, so we will be adding a floating action bar here, floating action button. So use this, and label is there. No, so I'm going to use extended version which has label inside it, and that label is text. Okay, so this is the one, and let's see how does it look. So we have advanced search now. What we have to do is we have to perform on pressed, and my plan is to create let me just do one thing. Okay, so this is the page that will be invoked, and I'm going to create another page here. Okay, so this will be okay, and yes, let me import it here. Okay, now yes, now what we need to do is we need to add another scaffold. We will have app bar, title, and also this back button will come automatically, but there is a glitch in that. Let me okay, so when I click on this now, I'm navigating to advanced search. Now we have a app bar here, and we have a different app bar here. So how we can make it a common app bar? So you have to go to your main.art. You have to give your theme here. Create a theme data, and we have copied now. So what we will do is we have to give app bar theme directly. So app bar theme color will be, it will have white color as background, and elevation 0. Also text theme. So it will be a text theme which will contain a style, of course. Okay, title. So title text style will be nothing but app bar text style. Now this text style we have already used in our homepage where we have this app bar. So now we can simply remove these two things we don't need, and we don't need this also. Even after this we can get the same output, right? We got the same output. Advanced search, we got the same output, right? When we go back, now you might be wondering where is the back button. Back button is here, see, it's there already, but it's not visible. Why? So what you need to do is by default the back button is white now, right now. So in in app bar theme you can give icon theme as well. Okay, icon theme data, and inside this you can give the color. So colors can be a black color, right? Now when you go to when you run the app again, you will be seeing that we have a back button now. Okay, so now I press the back. Now you can also see that this is white and this is something off white. So this can be changed in theme data, which is called canvas color. So you can add colors.white, right? and now everything is white. Now let's start putting content here. Okay. So I have already put the content, but before putting the content, we need to have the all the positions. I am going to put positions text here. Then all the positions like left forward, right forward, and goalkeeper, center back, full backs, like those. And then we will be having leagues here. So I am going to show only Premier League, La Liga, like those 2 3 leagues. And then there will be nations tab here, nations link here, and nations will be some 8 to 10 nations I have already done. So what I am going to do is I'm going to copy a file which is my search configuration. Okay, and it is in my main means lib folder. I'm going to paste this, and this is how it looks. So let me give you a brief of this. First of all, we have these positions, class and positions. So I've just created normal static const variables with all the positions: left forward, center forward, striker, left mid, left wing, right wing, and like those till goalkeeper. Then we have league codes. Now these league codes depend on the data that I'm getting. So whenever I search for La Liga players, these are the club IDs. Okay, so these are the club IDs that the URL becomes like. Let me show you that. So we have URL like this. So whenever I am searching for La Liga, my URL becomes like this: club equals to, and it becomes like this. Simple. Okay, so this is how I get the response. And if you are not, if let me just show you this, like output of this. If I hit this, I'm supposed to get the players from La Liga. Okay, and if you can check it, let me just do it. So if I format, go to the viewers, I can get that I have 24 players now, and 19th player is PK, and 17th player is also PK. There are different versions of the player. So we have Lionel Messi here, and yes, we have on 22 we have player called again Lionel Messi. 23. There are not many versions of these players because FIFA, EA Sports, what does that? They actually release a new player whenever they have informed. So basically, all are from La Liga. That's what I wanted to prove. So this is how club thing works, and based on position, let me show you position, or we would say and position. So now we are supposed to get only left wing players or left wing right wing players from La Liga. Okay, so this is how the API works. Let me copy this again, and yes, let me show you the players. Now you won't see PK. Okay, you will see only the left wings and right wings. So if you go to first, we will get Messi. If you go to last, we will get Ousmane Dembele, and these are the different versions. So we have Asensio also. Now you can get the idea what I'm saying. Plus we can also add country. So as you can see, there are AND operators. So this is just a normal query parameters. If I want to country, I want to show country. So 52, if I do 52 is for Argentina, I guess. So now we will get only 8 items, and we get Lionel Messi, and we have only 1 or 2 players that are from Argentina. And yes, let me just copy it also, so that we are fine with the API calls, and I can just show you the code then. Okay, so we have, yes, we have different player also from Christian Espinoza. Other than Lionel Messi, we have one more Argentina player. Okay, so this is how API calls will go. So we have till here. Now we will need to create another method to get the fetch players by search configuration. Okay, so this is about league codes. So for league code, La Liga, we have these many club codes, and this is Premier League clubs. So 1 5 like these, and this is League One, which is French League, and this is Icons League. So we have the old people who have already retired from the game are following under this condition, this league, I would say. Now we have nation codes, as you can see here also. We already have some 7 to 8 nations, but I have put more than those, 5 more I have put, so I want to show them here. And whenever we select on one of these or multiple of these, they are getting added to the search configuration object. Now what the search configuration object consists of? So I have initialized search configuration with the basically 3 things first. Forget about these 3 things. I'm showing you what are the positions. First of all positions available. Okay, these are the constants, but these are not initialized. So I want them in a list. So basically, positions will go into all the positions list. Then inside map, inside this leagues will go into a map, because I cannot show all the club names or club IDs. I have to show only these IDs, these keys, La Liga, Premier League, League One icons. And if a user clicks on this, I will add this complete La Liga codes to the selected leagues. Okay. Similarly, we have done with this nations. Okay. So I have also created three variables. First is selected positions. So here, whenever there is a position is selected, I am going to add that position into this list. Okay. If there is a league selected, I am going to add all the league codes into this selected leagues. If selected nations is selected, I am going to add the selected nations. Uh, Suppose Argentina is it, I am going to add 52 inside my selected nations. Okay, and it is all a string because the query parameters are in the form of a string. Now what is this? This is just nothing but a equals method. If I don't write also, it won't make any changes. It will work fine. Okay. Now because it is default implementation. If I remove also, it will work fine. If I don't remove, uh, then also it is working fine. So let me now just copy the code for all of these. I will explain you what is that. Okay. So I am removing everything from this file, copying it. Don't get tensed. It's normal. And let me just also copy this first. So I already have a patch created. So I'm just copying from there. Let me just see 1 minute. I only have one line here extra added. So if I go to my themes.dart, I can add it. Okay, so we have choice text style. We will go to advanced search. Errors are gone. Now let me explain you what I have done. First of all, I have created a stateful widget and an object of search configuration. Okay. Yes. So this search configuration will come from my home page. Why I have done this? Because see, okay, if I don't let me just explain you first. So there were two things. If I directly initialize search configuration in my state, okay, so every time when I click a done button here, I will come back to this screen. My players will get loaded, and then again, if I go to advanced search, I should be able to see what all filters are already applied. Okay, to see that, I have to pass that search configuration object to my advanced search page from my home page. That's why I have initialized my search configuration object inside my home page. That I'm going to do right now. So search configuration. Okay, it's just normal initialization. You can do it, and if you copy it and pass it into the constructor of this, we would be able to get an initialized version of search configuration inside my advanced search page. Okay. Now once I have this, what I can do is see. First of all, let us see how this page looks. Then I will be able to explain you much better. Okay. So I am running this. I'm going to advanced search. This is how the page looks. Okay. So it's a single child scroll view. So that's why I have used it. Then we have a positions label, leagues label, and nations label. So that is this padding, this thing, this positions. Okay. Fine. Then the same thing with the leagues, and third will be the nations. So these two things are done. Fine. Now let me explain you what this padding is. So this complete padding widget is nothing but adding some padding to this complete and adding a wrap widget here, then adding all the elements that were in the positions. So which was like this positions. Okay. So let me show you. It's a normal padding widget. Then we have wrap. Spacing I have given 10. If you do it 20, then you can see there is a much more gap. So 10 was good here. Then we have children. Now for children, what I have done is I have created choice chip. This choice chip will get invoked multiple times until and unless we have number of positions. Okay, so widget dot search configuration dot positions. So it will run for 1 to 9 to 25. So it will run for 16 positions. Okay, and every time we will have a choice chip. Now there are multiple properties for this choice chip. First is let me show you the normal things. Label, that we are showing the position. See, what is this position? Position is nothing but position.lf, which is again a normal lf. That's why we are able to see lf here. Okay, so position, you can say position name. It would be much better to give it as position name so that you don't confuse it with index. Okay, now we have label style. So if my this is selected, I would like to say, like, if okay, it makes a little bit confusing to you. So let me show you the output thing. If I click lf rf, and go to done. Okay, nothing is happening. But if I come back again, I have LFRF already selected. So my label style changes when I select this. If search configuration dot selected positions, like see what I'm um, let me how can I explain now? Okay, so this is my label. On selected of this, what I do is I go to on position selected. I pass the value variable is selected, which it returns me true or false if it is selected or not. Now this is the behavior of choice chip. I will get true if I have made LM as selected. So once this true value goes here, I have position name and true. I go to this and what I do is if this value is true, suppose this value is true, so it means I have to add this position into selected positions. Okay, so I am adding this position into selected positions. Okay, otherwise I am removing it. That's it. So what is the output of this? Let's see if I print if I click on LW, I have LW added into it. If I remove LF, I have LF removed out of it. So this is the only thing that it is doing. So this is the work that on position selected is doing. Okay, then now once, and also I'm doing set state, so this widget will rebuild. If this widget will rebuild, it will check whether sorry, yes, it will check whether selected positions contain this position name. If it contains, selected value becomes true. If this value becomes true, my selected colors become active. Okay, otherwise my background color will be there. So if I do it blue, right, so my selected color will be bluish. If I and if it is normal, then it is gray shade 200. Okay, so let me do it. Fine. This is label padding. Nothing to explain about it. Now this is label style. um, Now label style again. If this is a select, if selected positions contains this position name, like if it contains RF, then I have a text style with white color, otherwise with a black normal colors. Okay, so this is how this whole scenario works complete for even for all of these, but there is little bit different thing in terms of leagues. Okay, so let me explain you that. Let me just close it. Okay. Now coming to leagues, what happens is, see, yes, we have normal padding same as earlier. Now we go to each leagues. These are my leagues. Okay, it is a hash map. It contains key value pairs. So what I'm doing is I'm going through all the keys, okay, and printing them as a league key is my the printing value. So if I go to La Liga Premier League League 1, so I get to print it here. Okay, fine. Yes, you might be seeing it that the order of printing is different because hash map does it in a different way. Insertion is not linear. It's not position by position. So that's why. Anyways, okay. So yes. Now, whenever this league is selected, this complete thing is very much similar. No changes whatsoever. But this is the key part. When I select a league, I go to on league selected with same variables, true and the league key. Now league key is the thing that I can use. So basically, if a league is selected and this is true, so what I have to do is, if suppose I have selected La Liga, so I have to get uh, La Liga club codes, okay, so which are stored in the value of my La Liga key. Okay, so if I select this, I get the value of it. I add this value into my selected leagues. Not only the value, but I directly add complete map, because I have to check for the contains keyword also, and contains work on keys. That's why. So I will show you what will happen. So if just see it, if this is selected, I add I add okay, so I add a map entry which has the same league key and the value related to that league key. Okay, I hope you are understanding this. Okay, I don't know, but I will show you the output. If it is not selected, if it is means if I have selected Premier League and removed it, this will be called widget.search_configuration.selected_leagues.remove. So this will remove from the map. Now let me show you the output also. Then you will be much more clear. Suppose I selected La Liga. What happened is I got an entry inside my map which has key La Liga. How I got it? I added an entry which is La Liga, and the value which is stored in my leagues according to the league key. Like you can see here, if I go directly from leagues here, so leagues, La Liga, and the value. Okay, so these are the values. Now what will happen if I add League One also? See, there is a second entry. After this, in the map there is a second entry. Okay, if I remove La Liga, I only have League One. So this is how it works. Now, similarly, nations actually work the same way as leagues. Okay, so there is not much difference. If I select England or France, I have England 14, France 18, England 14. If I remove England, I only have France 18. Now, this 18 is just a country code, not too much worry about. So the code is same, functionality is same, working is same. Okay, so we have covered this nations also now, and similarly with this also we have covered. Okay, now what is left? We have added a done button. What we have to do in that done button? See, I actually wanted, you can learn one more thing here. I want this search configuration to go back and update the search configuration that was initialized in my home page. Okay, how I can do that? It is very simple. When you launch this, okay, you need to assign the value returned by my this navigator.push. Okay, now how this will work? See, whenever we return back from advanced search page, it should return some value. That value will be stored in search configuration. How we will enable advanced search page to return such value? We have to give pop, and inside that we have to pass a map. Okay, navigator dot off pop, and this way we can get search configuration widget. I mean, we can get updated search configuration inside this key. Okay, this we will get here, which is nothing but it's a map. So we will do a final result map equals to this thing. Okay, this we can do, and yes, we also have to do await here and async here. Fine. Now let me just print it. Print result map. Let's see the output of it. I formatted the file, don't worry. So I'm hot restarting the app. Okay, now if I go to advanced search, I select LW, RW, CAM from England and from Premier League. Let's see how many players are there. Search. So I got search configuration instance of search configuration. So basically in result map, I got this. Okay, what I have to do? Nothing. Search configuration equals to result map, and it's a map, so we can directly pass search configuration, and this way let me print it. Search configuration. Let's see if it prints something, or let us start the app in debug mode so that we can directly read this. I'm fetching search configuration from my result map. That's it. This result map comes from advanced search page. Why? Because I have put this inside my pop method. Okay, pop can have some values, so results it can contain. So the app is starting. I'm going to advanced search, LW, RW, England Premier League, done, and we have search configuration. Let's see what is inside. So this search configuration, let me evaluate. Okay, cannot evaluate. Fine, don't evaluate then. What is the search configuration map? Show. Okay, what is this result map? Result map has a search configuration thing, which is a key here. Okay, maybe I have added some mistake. Okay, and value is nothing but selected leagues. I selected Premier League, so I have all the clubs. Selected nations, I have England, and selected positions, that is LW and RW. That's it. And positions, leagues, nations are just automatically there because it's there in my search configuration object. Okay, there are 6 things, 3 for selected parts and 3 for the global parts, which are just there. The point is why it's not getting printed. Anyways, we have this value. What we can do is, yes. So yes. Now we need to. Now we have complete search configuration. So we will go to our block part now. Block listing events. We have another event that is called search and advanced search change event. Okay. This will also extend clear listing event. Then we will have nothing. Just we have to yes. We will have search configuration inside this. That's a must. So sorry, and it should be required also. Search. Okay, sorry. So this is search event, and this dot this. Without this nothing will work. So, and also we don't want this to be null, which in case will not happen because we are always initializing it in home page. So this event might not appear actually. Now what we need to do is we need to dispatch this event like we have done it earlier once we have search configuration. So we can we can call the block player listing block dot, and inside this we can dispatch what we have to dispatch: advanced search page with sorry, not advanced search page, advanced change event with search configuration, that is this. Fine. Now we have dispatched this event, and what should happen? If you remember my previous videos, this dispatch event should go to my player listing block, and inside this it should go to map event to state, and here this functionality should be invoked. Now we have not handled it. Okay, we have handled only country selected event and search text change event. So there is another event now, else if event is advanced search change event, and we should not even call this now, it's bad. So what we need to do, we need to create another method which actually fetches players according to search configuration. So we'll just copy this line and change the name of it, players by search configuration, right? Since this method is not there, so error will come, and we can take from event, we can pass our search configuration complete object to this method. Now what we need to do is we just need to create this method here, okay, and provide some body. So the body will be very simple. It is just a repository, so we will allow the provider to give us the answer of it. So we have to create another method inside provider, and which can have the same method name, so that we don't confuse anything. And we pass the search configuration also inside our providers method. Since provider also doesn't have this, you can create a method inside your provider, and it can be the same way, the same returns that happen. Okay, let me just put them in a sequential way so that they are much readable, and we can have this. Now we are not completely done. We have to handle this search configuration. Okay, you are going to learn this, means you are going to enjoy this part. So let me just close it. You're going to enjoy this part because very good things you will learn here. String, what we are going to do is we are going to create string parameters. Now this string will be like this thing. Let me just give you a brief. It will be like this at the end. So we will add, if there are clubs, we will add, suppose if there is a league selected, we will add it here. Then we will add a position if position is there, if position is selected by user. If country is also selected by user, we will add that also. So this is the thing that we will be doing right now. And query parameters will be the string, and this query parameter will be appended to my base URL directly. Okay, and we have to add async, so that now all the errors are gone. Just we need to now handle the search configuration values. Okay, so suppose if we will start with the first thing, if search configuration dot positions selected positions is not empty, then query parameter will have position, okay, plus whatever position is selected. So now selected positions is a list. As you can see here, it's a list of string. I would have to go to a for loop and then append everything, but no, we have in Dart, we have one thing that is called join. So what we can do is search configuration dot selected positions dot join, and that's it. You have to tell by which separator you want to join it. So what will be the output of this? Let me show you. Print query parameters, and now I'm stopping the app. Let me just also positions. Let's see what it prints. So I will show you what it prints. This join will take every element in the selected positions and add a comma in between and add everything. Like if I selected 5 values, all 5 values will be separated by comma, and it will become a complete string. So I'm going to advanced search. I select LF, RM, LWB, and CB. If I put done, I have positions. Don't worry about the results, they are not correct. Okay, they are not correct actually. Yes, maybe they are correct. Yes, they are correct, and yes, it is working. So I will show you. I will just show you how it is working. So yes, positions I wanted to show you. So we have position equal to LFRM IWB. Copy this and paste it here. This should be the complete URL, and let's see the output. Okay, format viewer, and we have 24 items. First element is Ramos, and in our app also we have Ramos. You might be wondering, man, Ramos is there again, Varan is there, got in PK 2 times PK, so 0 1 2 3 4. So let's see whether this data is correct or not. 3 is PK, 4 is also PK, so our data is complete. 23rd last element is delete. Okay, so let's see what is the last. Okay, we have last element, and second last also. Yes, so the data is perfect. Our first selected, based on selected positions, it is working. Now we also need to consider other things. So search configuration dot leagues dot uh, is not empty, then only we will proceed, right? And now we have to apply one more thing here. Okay, so if my query parameter, if already position is added, means I have something in query parameters, then the next parameter should be starting from the ampersand sign, end sign, like here. If I have some club or country, let me show you club itself. Club equals to something, so there is an end sign here. If this is empty, end should not be there directly, this should be there. So that's what I am going to do here. If query parameters is empty, then I will be having query parameter. If there is nothing inside this, then I will be having only query parameters, and I will be starting with directly my club equals to, and I will be appending search configuration dot selected leagues dot values. Now we have to deal with only the values, not the keys. We don't need keys now. Values dot join by same thing, comma. That's it. And after this, if my query parameter was not empty, it was having positions, so I just have to do this copy paste and add a end here. That's it. Now this can be obviously optimized. This complete line can be written outside. Let's just check that also. And only this can be done like this. If it is not empty, then you basically just add this end. That's it. And you don't need this. So we have optimized this logic according to me right now. What we did is, if query parameter is not empty, we have made query parameters append this end, and then this line was common, so it works. It will work. So let me just again print it. Copy, print, and query parameter. Okay, this is leaves. Okay, fine. Let me run it complete from scratch. Okay, fine. I go to advanced search. Now I select La Liga and Premier League. What happened? I have all these clubs. This some 20 clubs, and this also 20 clubs. I want comma to be in between when I actually submit to the when I actually submit to the service. I need to have this comma these values. So that's why I have added join to the values. And when I click on done, you can see here my clubs are this till 240. Wait a second. So wait a minute. Yes. So they are added in a already ascending order. So it starts from 1 5 and it goes to 1961, which is from Premier League, and then it starts from 240. It's not in ascending, it's hash map order. So it starts from 241 and separated by comma. So this is how I have added all these. Now we can see we have Modric at first position, Messi. There are 8 or 7 versions of Messi here. I will distinguish them, don't worry. Messi, Suarez, Hazard. So these are the players from Premier League and La Liga, and yes, we are able to get them. Now let's search for only right-wing players. Okay, from these two. So service has hit now. We have Messi, Salah, Sterling, again Griezmann, Bale, Aubameyang. So we have these players. Now let's do for the nations. Same thing. Nothing to explain there. It's not empty. Even I can just copy it. And one more thing. I wanted to show you the query parameters that were printed for the last thing. See this position, RW, and club. So since the position was selected, that's why and was appended automatically. So coming back to this, completely copy paste. uh, this only gets selected nations, and yes, that's it. Also, we have to do this as country. I'm running it complete. Okay, so going back to this, I want only France players from Premier League. Let's see what is the output. So if you're a football fan, you won't need to validate the output. These are all France players from Premier League. Now, I since I know many of you will not be familiar with all of these players, so I'm going to change the output of this list. I will be adding some more data to it. I will be adding the league name. I will be adding the nation name. I will be adding rating of it and the position of it. So let me do it very quickly. It's not big deal. It's very easy. The way we have created the project, we know where it should be. So this is considered as a widget. So it should be in the widget. Um, Unfortunately, it's not in the widget, but in the pages, if I go to player listing, I have this build player list where I have this list tile. This can be taken out, but list tile is already a widget. That's why I would have not created it already. Now what we need to do is, I learned one more thing here. See, you can add many more things into this club name. So I'm going to add plus. Okay, I will be showing first player dot. What is that? Club, and then I would like to show the. We are showing club name, so we will be showing the league name then after this league dot name, and then uh, I want to show it in next line. Okay, I can do it like this also, but there is a reason of doing the same. So I will explain you once. Let me do it in the same line. First, player dot nation. Sorry, nation dot name. Let's see the output. So we have this thing here. Now I also want to add a trailing widget. So that will be also my text. Here I would like to show rating. So my first value player dot rating dot to is because my rating is int, as you can see here, and plus I would like to add some two space, and then player dot position, right? Let's see. So this is my output. I also want to uh, give a style to it. So my style is nothing but subtitle style. Right now it's subtitle style, but I think I have made it something different. It was somewhere um, something like, let me just check what I did earlier. So it was looking better, that's why I'm checking. So player listing, and it should be title. Yes, I think title was the thing. So now this is my style. Now you can see the output is very random. Chelsea, Premier League, and then we have this pipe, and then France. Here we have city, club name, league, and France. So again we have this, and so this is pretty much means France is coming sometimes in next line. There will be cases where it will come in one line itself. So let me just figure out that. Okay, there is no instance of that, but there can be cases where um, uh, let me just do this La Liga, because these club names are smaller in length, so it can come there. Uh, let's see if it's not like this. Let's do with League One. I just want to showcase you what will be the error. So it's not an error; it's just a UI issue. No, it's not showing. So, anyways, Premier League is the best league. Means as as far as I understand. So, um, sorry if you are liking La Liga. So, anyways, but I am fan of Barcelona. Real Madrid haters might be putting some bad comments into my video. Anyway, let's get back to Flutter. So what I want to do is I want to allow this to have three lines, and also want to add backslash n so that my nation name always goes to my next line. And now this becomes good. The UI becomes much easier to see, as you can see here. But I would say this was better. Yes, this is better because now, see, when I added backslash n, what I did is uh, Premier League, after Premier League, I got France in the next line. But I don't want this. Okay, I want it to be okay, but every list item now has same amount of height. Otherwise, height was getting increased for some of the elements. Now, if you might be wondering, La Liga, so many Messis were there. So let me just show you La Liga players. No players found. Man, La Liga. What is the issue? Let us just check. uh, okay, country is empty. Ah, this is the thing. So country is not selected. Why we are, so we have found an issue, and it's a good thing that we have found the issue. Let's solve it. If nations is not empty, ah, okay, if query parameters is not empty, then add this. So my thing is leaks is okay. So nations was empty. Why the hell did it print? Um, why? It should not have come inside this even, right? So should I? Yes, no. Query parameters get cleared every time. So that cannot be the issue. Let me first print also nations. Yes. And final. mm, okay. Let's just see by running it again. I know what are the filters. If I'm going to advanced search, going to run. I selected La Liga, then done. And what is the output? And country equals to. Now this is weird. Okay. Nations and countries. Ah, no. Okay. If nations is not empty. What is happening? Oh, okay. Got the issue, man. Selected leagues we have to do, and selected nations. Yes, this was the issue. So nations is never empty. Selected nations is empty whenever we are not selecting. So if I go to La Liga, so till now it was working in a wrong way. Now we have perfect. So there are multiple Messis. One is 99 center forward. Second one is 99 right wing. Then again we have 99 right wing. 99 right wing. Now this is data from coming from service. I don't have any overhold of this. Anyways, let me figure out if anything I have left in this. So I have explained you this nations. This thing I have explained you. I have updated the theme. Football players actually became little bit lesser bold. So let me go to main.dart. Sorry, main.dart and theme. Yes, copy with. I don't know why this bold is not working here. So I will provide a weight. Font weight dot 600. Yes, and let's see. So this became bold, and same with it will automatically become bold for advanced search. I have explained you how to add theme data. I have added this. I have shown you how to show choice clip, choice chip, and then done button also I have added. On this done button, what I am doing, if you remember, I am just popping out. I'm just popping out. Okay. After popping, I am sending the search configuration. Where this will be received, it will be received from the caller. Okay. Let me just show you. Okay. It will be received by the caller in a map, and then from the map we will get a search configuration. That search configuration will pass into the event, and we will dispatch that event. Once the dispatch event is called, it will call our map event to state directly, and map event to state will handle this in this else if block. And yes, that's it. So thank you guys for hearing me out on this video tutorials. And yeah, thank you. Hit the like button if you have really liked the content from my side, and let me know if you want to know anything else in blog. Yeah, so thank you. Bye.